Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous class, we had seen lots of concept on web development part. Okay, we had seen what is front end web development. Also, we had covered what is back end, what is full stack developer. Okay, so we had get to know all these concepts. Also, we had seen some basics of HTML. We had started basics of HTML too. We had seen the syntax fine. Also as well as we have covered lots of some tags of HTML fine. So like basics such as we had seen some paragraph tags. Okay, we had seen as like heading tags fine, and also we had covered about the text formatting tags fine. So in this way in the today's session we will continue with the same fine. We'll proceed. Okay, so the next thing next couple of tags we do have in the python sorry in the HTML. The next tags are like we had seen formatting tags yesterday, right? But apart from all those sort of formatting tags, we do have couple of more formatting tags which are having a lots of different set of functionalities in the web pages. Okay, so we'll see the some more text formatting tags fine. So the next and the next tag for the formatting is like highlight. Okay, so suppose you might have seen in the somewhere, like if you are writing some paragraphs, and in within the paragraph suppose you want to highlight a particular word, okay, or a particular line. So how we used to highlight means, suppose you might have seen the particular line or word is in the background, it is highlighted with yellow color fine. So for that sort of thing we used to have a tag that is called mark. Okay, so it will work like this. Suppose I am mark tag. So we'll close this tag. Okay, and we'll save, and parallelly we will refresh the page. So you can see over here like the text whatever you have written, okay, that is highlighted with the yellow color. Okay, the background of that particular text. Okay, so here completely this line is within the mark tag, so because of that it is highlighted over here. So if even though if we'll write, suppose if we want to write paragraph, okay, and within that we have marked this line, and also if we write some text like I am outside mark fine, and if you will close the paragraph tag, and if you will go back to your page and refresh, you can see the text which is outside that mark tag is as it is as a normal fine. So in this way you can highlight the text in a particular paragraph, okay, or you can say in a particular line. So in that way you can work it out for the highlighting the text. Okay, the next formatting tag we do have is small. So that is the tag is small tag. So what will happen, so the text whatever you will written within this tag, the text will be in a small font size fine. So suppose if we write hi I am small. Okay, so save the code and refresh the page. You can see as per the normal font size, whatever the font size is there, the text which are written in this small tag within the small tag are in small font size. Okay, similar to this we have next formatting tag that is big. Okay, so the text whatever you will write within this big tag will be in a large font size. Okay, so you can see fine. So again save the code and refresh the page. So you can see the text which is written within the big tag. Okay, so that is larger in font size as comparison to the text we do have with the small tag. So in this way you can carry out. In the similar way we'll be giving the break tag also to go into the next line. Fine. Similarly here also we'll mention the break tag. Okay, as per the requirement we can mention all those things over here. Fine. So in the similar way we have lots of more things. Suppose you might have seen in the some online sites like particular price. Sometimes you might have seen the price of a particular object, or you can say particular resource gets lower. Okay, suppose if you are purchasing a TV and the cost of that original cost of that particular TV is 20,000. Okay, and due to this some offer price, okay, the price gets reduced to 10,000. So what we used to do, we used to strike that particular text. Okay, and we used to write the new value, okay, new price, so that the user who is searching over there can easily find like what is the new price, what was the actual price. Okay, so let us see how we can do that. So for that, suppose if we have using strike tag, so like we'll write original price equal to rupees 20,000. Fine. And we'll keep this strike tag. So in this way you can see we have mentioned the text original price, and that is rupees 20,000, and this is struck by a line. Okay, so it is denoting in this way. Fine. So suppose if we write some text over here like new price, fine, that is rupees 10,000, or you can say new price, or you can mention offer price, like whatever the thing you want to write. Okay, in the same way in the starting you can keep it your paragraph tag. So you can see the original price is stacked over here and the new price is mentioned over here. Fine. In this way we can make some text strike, and we can keep it in the way like in the way what we want to. So apart from all this, also we have similar to strike, we have to have the delete tag, that also does the same task. So you can see. Okay, this is also doing the same task in a similar way. So nowadays mostly the people are using. So in the same way, suppose you might have seen like if you want to write some mathematical equations, like suppose some superscript value or subscript value, we can also write those in our particular web page using the some tags. Okay, so suppose if you want to write x square, okay, or you want to write chemical equation, suppose if you want to write CH3. Okay, so all those things can be also covered it out. Okay, we can make it out in our web pages. Like for example, suppose I want to write as a x square. So how we can do, suppose like I am writing the paragraph and we'll close this paragraph tag, and within this we want to write x square. Okay, so square is here subscript value, superscript value. Fine. So x, fine, then sup, and then closing of this. Fine. So we'll refresh the page and you can see over here the x square. So in this way we can write the superscript. So the tag which is used, that is sup. Fine. In the similar way, suppose you want to write plus, okay, and then 2x plus 30. Suppose this is the mathematical equation which you want to write. So you can see over here x square plus 2x plus 30. Okay, so in this way, with the help of superscript tag, you can mention this superscript value, okay, whatever the thing you want to write. So in this way, where you want to write the value, there the value, which particular value which you want to write, you need to keep that within this superscript, okay, superscript tag. Fine. So in this way you can write the superscript values. Fine. So similar way we can write the subscript value too. Fine. Suppose I want to write the chemical equation, like suppose I want to write chemical equations like CH3. For an example, suppose I want to write CH3 in my web page. So how we can do that? So we will start with paragraph, and CH is our normal, fine, normal text, and now we want to put this subscript as a 3. Okay, so we'll use the tag sub and then we'll keep 3. Okay, and again we will close the subscript tag, and then finally we will close the paragraph tag. Okay, so you can see over here we got the CH3. In the similar way, whatever you want to add, suppose I want to add CH2. Okay, so you can mention over here like this. Fine. So CH3, CH2. Again, if I want to write CH4, CH9, whatever the value you want to write, so normal text it will be CH, and in the subscript, if you want to write 9, so what you will do, subscript value, then within that 9 again it will be closed, the tag will be closed. Fine. So in this way you can write the chemicals equations and all those set of values. Fine. So suppose if you want to put some spaces between these things, okay, so you can give also those things, okay, by giving the particular space over here. So you can see there is a space between CH and 3. So in this way, if you will keep the some space in between this value, so it will be also taking as a space. So you can see the space is getting taken over in between here also. So you need to take care of while writing these things. If wherever the necessary steps or necessary space is required, just only put that over there only, else it will take the extra spaces, and that is not good. So just keep it in a track and keep it in a proper way, like as per the requirements. Fine. So you can work it out on that way also. Fine. So this is about superscript and subscript. Apart from this, we do have another formatting tag, okay, and that is basically the INS. So it's the insert thing. So simply what it will do, it will work similar to underline. Okay, so you can see here. We'll save the code and we'll refresh the page. So you can see it is working in the similar way as underline, that U tag is used to be there. Fine. So in this way it is working. Okay. So similar way we can have lots of most formatting tag that we will be looking forward. Okay, you can explore all those by your own also as per the requirements. Fine. So till now here any confusion? So we'll go ahead and see the next concept. Okay, that is how we can insert images in our web page. Suppose if we want to insert the image, okay, so how we can do that, we'll check it out. Fine. So suppose I want to insert some image in our this page. Okay, we want to insert image. So what we need to do, suppose first of all you will have to keep the image in respective folder. Okay, suppose within I do have a folder web dev course. Okay, and in this folder, inside of this folder, I have couple of some images over here. Okay, so in this way I have kept under this folder some images, and we will insert this image in our websites. Fine. So what we'll do, just go to the editor and we'll remove this code first of all, and we'll see. So the tag which is used to insert image is img. Fine. So this is the tag which help us to insert the image in our page. So syntax will be like this: image src equal to the source path of the image. Okay, so basically what does it means, source path of the image? So it is referring to the path where that image is located. It means suppose we do have the image which is stored, or you can say save, under the our web dev course folder. Okay, so in this way we need to mention the particular path. Fine. So suppose it is in the root directory, okay, the respective directory where we are working. So inside that directory, okay, folder is basically you can say known as a directory over here. So inside that directory our images are stored. Okay, so if you want to insert that particular image in your page, so what you will do, just you need to mention the name with extension. So whatever the name of this image, I will mark it over there and we will insert that particular image. So for example, suppose I want to insert the image in this page. So what I will do, I will write img tag, that is image tag, and src. So basically here src is referring to the source. Okay, and like we were calling this as a tag, img tag. So this src, and similar way we do have another elements, those are known as a attribute. Okay, so within this src attribute we will mention the path. Fine. So the path is, we are working in the particular root directory, so here we can ignore the path. So what we will do, we will mention the file name or the image file name, that is the name of this file. Suppose this file name is readx logo. Okay, so what you can do, you can just click on simply rename, or you can directly type it also, the name also directly you can type over there. So I have copied this name and simply I have pasted over there. So readx logo. Now we need to check it out the extension, like which kind of image is this. This is either GIF or JPEG or JPEG, okay, or PNG image. So if you will hover on this, if so, you can see the item type is PNG file. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll write the .png. Okay, so we'll save the code and we'll refresh the page. So you can see that particular image is appearing in our web page. Okay, similar way, suppose I want to add this image. Okay, this image also in our web page. So simply we will write image src equal to so we'll write the name of that particular image. So we'll paste over there, dot extension is png. You can see the extension of that particular image is png type. Okay, so we'll save the code and after that we'll refresh the browser. So you can see this image is in larger in size as comparison to this logo, so it is taking this much of place. Fine. So in this way you can insert the image in your web browser, okay, sorry, in your web page. Fine. So I hope you have got the idea about like what are the how you can insert image in your page. Apart from that, we have some sort of other attributes that will be there in the image tag, within the image tag. So that is, first one is alt. Okay, so basically what is the purpose or using of this alt? Suppose in some cases, if due to some reason this particular image fails to load in your page, so you want to indicate users like there was something mentioned over there, some image was there, and due to some issue if that image will not appear, so you want to show some text. Okay, you want to show some text, alternative text over there instead of image. If image will not appear, you want to show some text. So what you will do, you will write the text whatever you want to display over there. So suppose you can mention the related name. So this is logo, so I can write here Redux logo. Okay, so see, if we will save and will refresh the code, nothing is coming. Okay, so suppose by mistakenly what I will do, if I will write the incorrect file name, so if when the browser will look for this image file, it will not find, because this with this name we don't have any image file in our directory. So what will happen, simply if you will refresh, you can see Redux logo. So the text is coming like this. Okay, and the text is coming like this way. Okay, because the image is not loading properly. Fine. If you will not mention anything over here, if you will remove the alt tag, okay, alt attribute, and if you will save the code, you can see image is not loading also, and it's unable to get like what is the thing, what kind of image was there, what is related over there. Fine. So in that way you can mention over there. Fine. So the thing is, we need to mention in this alt attribute over there, so that whenever the image will not load properly, in that time this text will be there. Okay, so in this way you can mention. Fine. Also apart from this alt, we do have a bit of more, okay, more attributes with image. Okay, so that is image width and height. Like how you can define the width, okay, how you can define the height of that particular image. So within this tag, what you can do is like, similar to alt, you can add width. Okay, and within width you need to mention the pixel value, like what is the pixel value of that image you want to keep it. So suppose I want to keep the pixel value as a 50. Okay, so you can save that code and you can see in the browser. Okay, so suppose here the width is 50 pixel. If you want to check it out, just close this. You can see the width is this much, and now if you will mention the width, okay, and you will mention the pixel value, what will happen, it will be moved into that particular respective size. Okay, image size. Similarly, if I will mention this to 20 pixel, will happen, the file size will get reduced, the image size will get reduced, the width is smaller over here. Fine. So in this way you can increase or decrease the width of a image in a particular web page. Fine. So here we have mentioned like this, and similar way if you want to change the height, so you can mention like height equal to, suppose I want to give 20 pixel, so you can see the height got reduced. Suppose I want to mention 200 pixels the height of the image. So you can see the image height is changed. Similar way, if suppose also I want to increase this width to 200, so what is happening, you can see the size of that particular image is getting increased or decreased, okay, based on the size we have mentioned over here. So if you will not mention this width and height, what will happen, the default size, like whatever the size of that particular image will be there, that will be in that size, that image will appear in your web page. So you might have seen, if you have will check it out in some website, you might have seen the logo is very small. If you are keeping some image in the body, fine, so image will be bit larger, fine. So in this way we can insert the image in our web page, fine. So any doubt on this inserting image on web page? Okay, so next the thing is like, next concept you might have seen, like if you have some links over there, and if you will click on that particular text, okay, or link, it is opening some new website or like some other pages. Okay, what I meant to say, suppose you might have seen in the some websites, like some text will be there, and if you will click on that text, new page like that or something, a new website will open. So how that is happening, so that is basically happening with the help of anchor tag. Okay, so we'll see how we can write the anchor tag, fine. So the syntax for the anchor tag is like this. It will start with this anchor tag, fine, and closing will be like this. Okay, so basic simple anchor tag will be look like this. Okay, and similar to like src, we do have href attribute for the anchor tab. Okay, and here what we need to do, like we want, suppose you want to open the particular page. Okay, suppose you might have seen in the website, if you will click on contact us page or contact us menu, the contact us page will open. If you will click on home, what is happening, home page will open. If you will click on about us page, about us page will open. Okay, so in that way all those menus, okay, are provided with the link. So in the href, okay, in the href attribute, here what we need to mention, we need to mention the particular website. So suppose I want to mention like www.google.com. so I want to open this particular page, okay, this particular website. So suppose if you will write over here, and if you will refresh the page, you are seeing that nothing is appearing. Okay, nothing is displayed to you. Okay, you have inserted this, you have given this anchor tag in your page, but no text is appearing over here. Okay, so it is unable to find it out, like where we will click, what will happen. So what we need to do, within this tag you can give the text which you want to display on your page. So suppose if I will write visit Google, okay, so we'll see, you can see over here the link is coming, okay, visit Google, and the text whatever you have entered here, that will be displayed. So what is happening, just refresh the page and you can see, if you will move on to this, the cursor design is getting changed. Okay, so if you will click, what will happen, you can see the file is not found. So in that way we need to do is like we need to give the proper address. So suppose we will open this and we'll copy the link, okay, and we'll put over here. So we need to give the appropriate proper link, okay, so that it will open. So again what we'll do, we'll refresh the page, okay, we'll refresh the page and click on. So you can see now that particular link is opening over here. Similarly, if I want to open the website of Redex on clicking, okay, so we'll copy the link of this website, okay, and we will paste it over here. Fine. So this is the website link, and now if we'll mention visit readx website, okay, so what is happening over here? If we'll refresh this page, now the text is visit readx website. Fine. So what will happen, if you will click on this, the Redex website will open. So you might have observed one thing, that in the same tab, like where we were working over there, in that respective tab, okay, the page is opening. So suppose if you want to open this in a new tab, okay, so what you need to do, you need to use the target attribute, okay, the target attribute equal to, within double quotes you will mention blank, okay. So what is happening over there, if you will mention this, it will open the page in a new window, okay, in a new tab. Suppose here is the link, so let us refresh the code, and if we'll click on this, you can see your page is already opened here, and this link gets opened in the new page. Fine. So in this way it will open, okay. So I hope you might have got the idea about the basics idea of anchor tag. Fine. So in this way, like you can keep the different multiple in tags, okay, multiple anchor tags, whatever you want to mention, okay. So similarly, you might have also seen, on clicking on some image, the it is redirecting to the particular websites, okay. So what we can do, if I want to, suppose in this example itself, we were clicking on the link, and on clicking on this respective link, the particular website was opening. So suppose I want to do like, suppose I will click on this readx image, and the website of readx should open. So what we'll do, instead of this redact text, okay, what we will do, we will insert the image over here. So within this anchor tag, suppose I will insert this image. So let us just copy the text over here. Fine. And we'll paste between the tag, okay, and we'll save this and refresh the browser and just click on this image. So you can see, on clicking on the particular image, the website is opening, okay. So in this way you can provide the different sets of anchor tag, okay, in your web page, okay. You can provide n number of tags, n number of links in your websites as per the requirement, okay. So this is all about the anchor tag. Fine. Okay, so I hope you might have got the idea. And one more thing that we need to take care is, like, suppose if we want to give some line we have written, for example, if we have this image, so suppose if we have this image, and after this image we'll write one paragraph like this, paragraph 1. Okay, and after this paragraph 1, what we want to do, we want to give one line. Okay, suppose you want to give the line over here. Fine. So how we can do, you can do that by using hr tag. Okay, horizontal rule. So that is simply hr. What will happen, a line will come. So you can see a line is appearing over here in the particular website page. Fine. So similar way we can keep the multiples, okay, as per the our requirement, multiple horizontal line. Fine. So this is the all about some basics, tags, anchor tags, image tags. Like, okay, we have seen like how we can insert the image, how we can insert the anchor tag, okay, how we can make this some text as a link. Fine. So we have seen couple of these ideas, okay, couple of these tags. Fine. So now let us see the next concept. So before going to the next concept, do anyone have any confusion? Satyam, is there any confusion to you? Okay, so it's mentioning no. Fine. So let us move to the next one. So suppose I want to insert a table like this. Suppose we do have a table in our different file. Suppose I do have let us see with an example. Okay, like suppose I want to store the name of 5 student in a particular table. Okay, and with the name we want to store their class like this. Okay, so let us insert a table. Suppose we do have table like this. Here we will be having student name and will mention their class. Fine. In this way we want to create a table. Okay, and that table we will see. Suppose here we will write Ram class 1, then Sham class 2, Radha 9. So what is happening over there? Okay, so basically we want to represent our data in a tabular form in our particular website's page. Okay, in any page you want to represent your data in a table. Okay, in a tabular format. So what you need to do, if you want to insert a table in your website, okay, or in a page of a website, you need to use the tag that is table. Okay, so it will be like this, starting table tag, and within that will be having a different rows. So it will start with table. Now you have mentioned the table tag. Fine. But after table, what is here? You can see this one is the our row. How many rows we do have? First row, second row, third row, fourth row. Fine. We do have fourth row, and how many columns? That is 1 and 2. We do have 2 columns. So in HTML, the row, particular row is defined with the tag tr. Okay, and you need to close this tr also. So the thing is, now in my table there will be one row. Fine. So in this way you can mention it over here. So this is one row, and within one row you have 2 columns. Okay, the values where you want to store. Okay, the values which you want to represent. Fine. So those values can be the data of particular table element can be mentioned in the table using the tag td. Okay, so it will be like this, starting with td and closing with td. Okay, so basically this is table data. So suppose what is the data of our first table, that is a student name. The first column is a student name. Fine. So let us save this code and let us refresh the page and see. So you can see over here the student name appears. Okay, similarly the next column we do have, that is of, again, to define the next column we will write td and slash td, and with this we'll insert the data. So what is the data of our next column? That is this class. Okay, so class, it will be like this. So if we'll refresh the page and check it out, you can see here we got the output as like this. Fine. Similar way, in the second row you can see what is the data. In the first column we have Ram, and in the value for class it is 1. So we'll mention, to create new row you will have to again mention tr, and again you need to close this tr. Similarly, after creating the row you want to insert the data in the first column, so we'll write td and again we will close the td. Similar way you have another column, so td and again closing td. Now let us insert the data. So what is data? Ram and 1. So we'll mention Ram and here we'll mention 1. Fine. In this way we can insert. So let us see. If you will refresh the page, you can see the student name and 1. Okay, so similar way we do have the data for Shyam and Radha. So what we will do, again we will define the another row with the help of tr. Okay, we'll close this tr. Again we'll have td and the value is Shyam, and again close the td. Okay, the value for the class is I think 2. Yeah, 2. So we'll mention 2 and td. Similar way we do have another row, and the value for that is Radha, right? And the class value will be 9. Fine. And finally we will again close the table row. Okay, so just save it and refresh the browser. Okay, so you can see your all are in a tabular format. The data is in tabular format, but you might have seen one thing over here. Okay, kindly put your mic on mute mode, like whoever mic is so in this way you can see over here the data which are represented. Okay, so that data is in a tabular format. Okay, similarly if you want to increase one more column for this, okay, suppose I want to store the roll number also. So suppose I want to add one more column, that is the third column. Okay, so third column, what you need to do, just will go to here with the help of td, will enter the data for the third column. So the third column is roll number. Fine. So you can see over here. We'll save this code and we'll refresh the browser. So you can see the third column is getting created over here for the first row. Fine. So in this way, similarly we will keep for this. Suppose the roll number of Ram is 1. So we'll mention 1 and we'll keep like this. Similarly roll number, श्याम का रोल नंबर क्या है? सपोज श्याम का रोल नंबर अगर 30 है, तो हम लोग यहाँ पर इस तरह से इसको मेंशन कर सकते हैं।